Fashion and attitude right on the money. How about an interview? Talk to me, honey. Was just about to walk out. Turn my body right around. If you wanna get down, boy, let's have a ball. This is our last chance for the first dance. Bring your body close. So if you got a minute, tell the DJ gon' play my song. One little symphony on.
Certify Claim, written by Emily Claire Schmitt, performed by Alicia Hayes.
Bye-bye, Zoe Bowie. I love you. I can't wait to see you in Arizona in 2 weeks. Bye. 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 Yeah, I don't know. It's just really bad here. Yeah, they closed the restaurants. I don't know. Maybe a couple of weeks. I mean, it's not that I don't want to see her or you. It's just, oh, I want to do the responsible thing. So. Really? I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll think about it. Okay. Love you. Bye. My sister wants me to come stay with her in Cincinnati. She's just going crazy working from home with a 3-year-old, and she wants me to be her free living nanny, which she always does. Like, we were supposed to be in Arizona right now, and she was treating the whole thing like a chance for me to babysit, which I love Zoe, but she assumes that because I don't have kids, I don't need a break. When she was my age, she was already married. She owned a house. Meanwhile, my roommate is a week behind on rent and hasn't come out of her room since this lockdown thing happened. And I've called unemployment 53 times and still have not gotten through. So. Anyway, what's going on with you? Hey, yeah, it's me. Okay, I'm not. I'm just thinking this is like the 5th time. I'm trying to make an effort. Yeah, no, I know that. Okay, but I'm available. I'm literally always available. As I'm not trying to guilt you. I miss her and I miss you. And okay, I get that I don't understand, but hey, at least I'm trying. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Zoe Bowie. Yeah, it's Aunt Kelly. Oh, I miss you so much. Are you giving your mommy a hard time? Oh, she's giving you a hard time. Hey, did you drink the milk? I'm not mad. I just wanted to know.
So, how are you doing?
I'm better. My roommate went home, but she's still paying rent, so that's something.
So you're by yourself?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that maybe I should come stay with you.
If being home alone is too stressful for you, then being home with a toddler is 100% too stressful for you.
No, I think it would be different.
I'm sorry, but I'm not able to take care of you as well. I know you think I'm being a jerk, but you have to trust me, this is way harder than you understand.
Okay, so can you just try to explain it to me then?
I can't right now. I literally have to go.
Megan.
I love you.
I love Megan.
End of play. Culture Victim number 127. Written by E. Dale Smith. Directed by Michael Smith-Gallo. Performed by John Bergeron.
No. All right. Woke up this way. And post. Wait. Refresh. Then. Oh, what? Where? Hi. Yeah, let me speak to Krista. Yeah, I don't care. This is Ryan Dalton. I need to talk to her. Uh-huh. Okay, then get her out of the meeting and put her on the phone. I don't want for her to call me back. I want to speak with her now. Listen, after what I paid her last year, she can afford to step out of a fucking meeting when I call. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, I'll wait. What in the living... Krista! Yes, what the fuck is going on? Well, I was logging into Insta and like half my followers are gone. No, just gone. Like I lost 35 million followers overnight. Is there a... No, I tried refreshing, but I also lost 14, 14.5 million followers on Twitter. Well, I don't know, Krista, because I'm not the publicist here. I was assuming that you would know. I haven't checked Facebook. Who the fuck is still on Facebook? How old do you think I am? Yeah, it's down here too. What I have... Wait, what? Where are you seeing this? No. No, we're not canceled. The show's just on hiatus until... Because it's the highest rated show on the network. Okay, the platform. It's the highest rated show on the... Streamed. Fine. The most streamed show on the platform. You know what I meant. There's no... Wait, what? I'm canceled. No. People can't be canceled. I mean, sure, if you're, I don't know, Mel Gibson or Paula Deen, maybe, but they were like racist. But I didn't do anything. Well, the show can't just... There is no show without me. Look, they can't cancel me. There would be no... I have a fucking Emmy. I didn't say it was for acting. I said that I have a fucking Emmy. Well, maybe that's because I'm a really good associate producer. Did you ever think of that? They don't just give Emmys to anybody. Uh-huh. Well, that's not my problem, Krista. I'm the client here. That's your problem. No, I'm not going to calm down. I lost half my fucking Insta followers. I'm frankly insulted you are so calm. Why does my savings account matter? I have a... Who released a statement? No. They wouldn't just release a statement about that without contacting me first. Or at least Marcus. And I haven't heard from... One sec. Shit. Marcus. I'll call you back. No, don't go back into the... Marcus, my man, how are you? No, I'm good. I'm just getting up and around. What's up? Not that late. I mean, I went out last night, but I'd say this is a reasonable to a bar around the corner. And I was just grabbing a drink with him. Nothing happened. We had a drink. Adults have drinks. A martini. Okay, maybe 2 martinis, but it was fine. I don't know what you. Why would Variety be writing about me going to a bar? I just went to a lady friend. You wouldn't know her. No, it was. She went home and I went home. We just had drinks and Why am I in Variety? They said, what? How would they even know? That doesn't sound like me. Come on, Marcus. Marcus! Come on, you've been my agent for, 10, 11 years. You know that doesn't sound like me. I was just having a... Let's leave Taylor out of this, okay? Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that I don't think a Taylor Swift song would hold up as evidence in court. Okay, Marcus, let's take a breath here, okay? It's hard being a celebrity. People are always trying to take advantage. I don't know. I guess. Look, it was the first time that I met her. Maybe she wanted to make a quick. Yeah, but whatever she said, it wasn't true. Well, I don't know what she said, but if she had said something nice, then my Insta account wouldn't be draining followers like a punctured basketball bleeding all over the sidewalk. It was a metaphor. Okay, I admit I lost my train of thought, but my point is that if my lady friend had gone to the press and said he's a really nice guy, people wouldn't be like, oh, he is? Ew, unfollow. So what she said must have been a lie, because I am a really nice guy. And now this shit is happening, and so... Uh-huh. I hear the show released a statement, I think. My publicist. Okay, well, what is it? That's ridiculous. So I'm fired. I can't be fired. We have a contract. You negotiated that contract. I signed on for another 3 seasons. That's what contracts are. What the fuck is an accountability clause? But I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. I don't even remember the woman's... It was just a fun night at drinks. Nothing. Who has video? Why would Variety have a video? Of what? Okay. Okay, I'll go watch it.
Is that Ryan Dalton?
Why were they even in...
Wait, is he really about...
I just... Come on, you're
Ew!
on a... Yeah, what's so wrong with
Oh my
you?
God.
God!
I mean... Shit. Yeah. Lenny. It's Ryan. How's my bank account?
End of play. The Paradox of Power, written by André Fiahlo, directed by Mainka, performed by James Weeks.
Do you know that sensation of being completely alone, totally powerless? I have been like this for so long, I don't even remember how it feels like to be what everyone calls normal. I always hated that word. It's the only thing I never was, and truth be told, I wasn't even interested in normal, but I envied them. Is there a word for that? For envying someone because they have something you don't want. It happened every time I visited family. All my cousins were married and with children. I hated them for it. I hated how bleak their lives looked, married to morons, and with 2 or 3 loud, ugly, dirty children, and yet somehow I envied them. Funny, isn't it, the way the mind works? My thoughts would be things like, if Luke was my son, I would fucking bash his head against the freaking wall. But Laura looks so happy? Everyone I saw happy with their families made me question if there was something fundamentally wrong with me. It's true that I feel, what's the word? Isolated? Abandoned? Oh, that's not it. Shunned? Yeah. Shunned. As if some higher power has been gathering intelligence on me and has decided to excommunicate me from being normal. I didn't want to be normal. I wanted to be powerful. Power. Why is it so important to us? When we lose it completely, we commit atrocities. When we have too much, we commit atrocities too. I can see you're a little bit impatient. I guess you're wondering, why did I kill them? Why did I kill those 2 boys? Or were they men? They looked older. I killed them because they were the embodiment of everything that is wrong with society. There they were, with their perfect skin and handsome looks, unable to put a shirt on, thinking that the world owed them something, thinking they could speak as loudly as they wanted and be as rude as they could. They were bothering this young girl. She reminded me of an old friend of mine, Jane. She was... you know. And I thought it was happening again. That's when something broke inside me, so I jumped to help her, but they pinned me down, and before you say it, no, what I did wasn't self-defense. I had my eye on them for a while, 2 days before they saw me following them, so they jumped on me and kicked me, but this time things got ugly. I was being kicked and punched around so hard, I thought I was going to pass out. But eventually, I managed to push them away. In that moment, I knew one of my ribs was broken, but I could only see red. I don't know if I went deaf, but I don't remember hearing any sound. I pushed the strongest one, and he hit his head against a light post. He started bleeding. The other one seemed much weaker now, so I took a razor blade I had hid in my pocket. I was finally the alpha. I was powerful. When I managed to cut his throat, I walked to the biggest one and bashed his head as hard as I could against the post. He was unconscious, so he couldn't do anything. Then there was a crack. That was the first sound I heard during the fight. I like to think that I killed them because they represent something bad and the world needs to be cleansed and changed. Stupid and ignorant people shouldn't be allowed to live. I hate this. I hate feeling like this. You must be thinking I asked to talk to you today after all this time because I'm riddled with guilt. But I'm not. I'm here because I wanted to see you, to talk to you. You know, in a way, I envy you. You have everything I never wanted, but wish I could have. There should be a word for that feeling. Let's call it Wallen. Okay. I think that's all the time I have. Oh, can I just ask you, in front of me, do I have a police officer or? Never mind. It's an unfair question. They'll take me to the chair very soon. Mom, can I still call you that? Thank you for everything. It might be an insult to you, but I don't mean it that way. Okay. It's a great day to die, isn't it? I don't know what I'll encounter next, but for the first time in a long time, I'm at peace. And for the first time, I don't feel alone. Funny, now that I let go of any of my silly ideas, I feel more fulfilled and powerful than ever. Okay, Mom. Don't forget me. I'm not all bad. I love you. Bye.
End of play. Wishes. Written and directed by Alyssa Hynes. Performed by Emily Miller.
That's part of the problem, you know? People watch a Disney movie or that stupid show with the astronaut, and they think they know everything. But it is much more nuanced than that. And it's subjective. Wishes are subjective. Well, at least on my end. Maybe that's the issue now. See, I've been second guessing how I operate recently. I might have had a little too much time to think. See, I was stuck in the lamp for a while as its aesthetic changed from old looking to antique. That happens every so often when the shine wears off. So I was just sitting there, reflecting alone with my thoughts in the mist, trying to figure out why I do the things I do. I must have been stuck in storage. It was so quiet. And I don't like to complain about the quiet because after that wish in 99 where a man wished for apple stock and I filled his home with rotting fruit, he was so displeased. He kept the Christina Aguilera song on repeat next to the lamp for months. Psychological warfare. But it gained my respect. I've been a trickster in the past. I have. I gave winning lottery tickets that wound up being for $2. I gave a bald man hair below the belt instead of on his head. and one time when someone wished for fame, I made them famous for their terrible odor. I've been nice at times too.
I could have been sneaky when someone wished for a loyal and loving partner to share their days with. But I did help them find a spouse instead of a dog because I knew that's what they meant. I helped someone find a cure for their mother's illness and another person to find water in the desert. I created a beautiful waterfall. And I didn't make it salt water that they couldn't drink, even though I could have. But being benevolent or malicious, I was never sure that what I was doing was the right thing, you know? Did this person really deserve that promotion? Was I being unnecessarily vicious when I gave someone 2 right feet? It started to feel arbitrary. It was just based on my whims. If someone was rude when they rubbed and I appeared, I would take it personally. They'd see how I could twist what they wished for into horror. But if I really stop and think about it, it must be very shocking for a mortal to see me appear. I'm not sure they really deserve to have their dearest dreams destroyed because they didn't know how to react in the strange situation. But then on the other hand, does someone really deserve to win a Pulitzer because they were nice to me? I could answer any wish very neutrally. And I did do this for a little bit after the Aguilera incident, but then it is so incredibly boring for me. It is the worst customer service gig ever. If it went to the extremes, I could have a little fun. But the fun does have consequences, and I see that now. People can be hurt, the world can suffer. My bottle will continue to be passed on, though. I'll continue to have the choice of how I interpret wishes and how I use my powers. My wish right now would be to know what I really wanted. How do I find fulfillment in what I do without upsetting the delicate balance in humanity? So, what do you think? Your wish was to have someone to talk to, right? Help me figure out this quandary of mine, and then I'll decide how your other 2 wishes go.
End of play. About Elise. Written by Dianna Garten. Directed by Alicia Whavers. Performed by Laura Byrne.
Yeah, I understand. Isn't it bad enough that my teenage daughter can't walk to the bathroom on her own? I mean, she wants to do the work, but right now she needs to do it at home. No. Yes, we have seen several doctors. I'm not sure how many. Well, there was the first neurologist, and then the second and third opinions, the geneticist, the endocrinologist. I can't remember them all right now. I've got them written down here somewhere. No, she doesn't have a diagnosis. That's what we're working on. Just because she hasn't been diagnosed doesn't mean that her pain isn't real. My daughter is not a faker. She would not. Now I know what you're suggesting, and no, that is not her. Elise wouldn't. No, she didn't want to quit the lacrosse team. She wants to play. Her grades were good. Why would she pretend to be sick to get out of doing work? Yes, I know that kids do that sometimes, but for 2-3 days, not for months. What? She has been stuck in bed for months. What 15-year-old wants that? Look, we just need some support from the school board. The principal won't authorize her work to be sent home without a school board. She is sick. The doctors agree she is. They just don't have a name for it. And who can I submit that request to? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's all for today. Thanks. Hi, honey. I just got off the phone with the school board, and no, it didn't go very well. They need a lot more, and they want an actual diagnosis, which, exactly. So no diagnosis, no help. Yes, I know you like to stay positive. But I think that Northwestern is our last option. It is not unreasonable. We're just going to have to find a way to make it work. Elise needs this. I know things are a lot harder with me not working, but that wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, and I've been home taking care of a miserable teenage girl who sometimes can't get herself up out of bed. Hardly my dream. Kids don't. She might grow out of it. Are we supposed to just sit around and let her suffer? Dan, you are not here. Pushing her does not work. I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I know. No, I understand. No, I'm going to do whatever I need to for our daughter. Dan. Yeah, hi. I'm calling to see about getting an appointment for my daughter with Dr. Hannah Cohen. Yes, well, actually, we live out of state, but we were referred here by a neurologist in New York. And no. I know that Dr. Cohen isn't a neurologist, but we read about the study, and we think that my daughter might be the right fit. There's not an intake appointment we could do virtually. No, I mean, if we could do the initial visit over video, we could even do it with our own doctor here. And all right, I understand. We can get to Chicago. No, whenever you need us to. Yeah. No, I understand all the expenses. or paid out of pocket. Do you have any openings sooner than June? My daughter, she's been in bed for months already, and she can't really wait another 7 months. She's 15. The 13th, that's 3 days from now. There's nothing between the 13th and June. No. We'll take the appointment on the 13th. Do you have referrals for hotels for patients to stay? Yeah, no, I am sure we can get there. We'll figure it out. I mean, we will be there at 10:30 on December 13th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, you can send all the info to my email. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, thanks. No, honey, this was the only option. I know it's a long drive, but you'll be okay. That's why we are leaving first thing in the morning. We'll take breaks if you need to. I know Dad's upset, but we really didn't have any other choice. Honey, I know it's scary, and I know you're sick of doctors. And trust me, I'm doing everything I can, but this is the best thing. There's no other options. We are going. If I have to carry you to that car, I will.
End of play. Macht. Written and directed by Darin F. Earl II. Performed by Adele Batchelder.
Let's see here. Am I ready? All right, Laura. Oh. Record. Well, hello, my fellow Mountain County residents. I'm Maura Gavelberg, chairwoman of the board and CEO of Mountain Outlets Malls. Our hearts are with you, but we are happy to share that we are taking all necessary precautions. We care so much about our customers and our businesses too. That is why we're so pleased to announce that all furloughed employees will be eligible for rehire just as soon as things subside. All right, next section. You might ask, how will Mountain Outlet Malls help us during this difficult time? Well, I tell you, that's a very important question, very. Mountain Outlet Malls supports everyone. Without you, we would not be able to thrive. Before my current position, way before, I was an employee at the Mountain Travel Agency, you know the one. It used to be where the cafe is right now. It was a great job for travel. I mean, you could go anywhere, and I really wanted to go visit and live in Germany. So I put my name in. There was this lottery at work. And I started polishing my German, and a friend told me to put down that I can do some sign language. I mean, I'm so rusty right now, but I really enjoyed doing it then. And so I did a lot of interviews and made the way rounds and always trying to prove to everyone that I deserved it. 5 of us were chosen, and we were there for about a year and a half. I was placed in a local little museum. In the day, I just kind of learned about the different displays, and in the evening, I learned how to drink Prosecco. There was an interest, I remember it clearly. There was a woman. She visited, and I recognized her before, so she must have come in other times. We had passed each other and shared a polite smile. She had these beautiful eyes, which were particularly sparkling this time because she had brought with her a little one. He couldn't have been more than 5 or 6. When she asked me where the restroom was, in perfect German, but I could hear her accent, she told me, Tanzania, Tanganyika, as they say in German. It's a former colony of theirs in Africa. So she bent down, facing her son, and started signing what I had told her. He was deaf. He looked up at the exhibit that was above him, looming above him, and it was a blown up photograph, you know, and one could see a sea of helmets and this forest of shiny boots. You know what I mean? Well, he looked at the caption, you know, below the image, and he started spelling out by sign, obviously, the word that so intrigued him. Macht, power, might. She looked down at him and said, very good. And he wandered off. But she just stood there, her eyes glued to that image. I mean, I could feel it, you know, and I heard her whisper to herself, they took everything, even lives. Why is power take away things from people? Why does it control and push and conform? And what about, how could power be used to give? I mean, like, give a laugh or a smile or a hand, support, encourage. Or, hello, Martin. It's me. You have a moment? Can you clear your Monday for me? Yeah, great, because I want to start looking again at our financials, and particularly how do we allocate our resources. Yeah, I know we did it today, but I think we just started to look at this. Yeah, and a new initiative. Okay. Thank you, Martin. This is good. See ya. I'm Maura Gavelberg, Chairwoman and CEO of Mountain Outlet Malls, wants to announce that we are complying completely with statewide regulations and measures for the pandemic. And I want to be sure that in the interim, all our employees, salaried and hourly, will be paid full wages. And we're going to start a new initiative to help our businesses get over this rough time with loss of revenue. It's time we all do what we can to make sure that we can have healthy, happy, and a thriving community.
End of play. You're Going to Die. Written by T. Michael Vest. Directed by Tom Frascatore. Performed by Kevin Vislocky.
They insisted I hang something. One of those, something common. You sit in your office every day and tell people that they're going to die. They should have something nice on the walls to look at. Like a Kincaid. Peaceful. But I don't tell people they're going to die. I tell them the odds, the risks, the benefits. Would you like us to go ahead? Or I tell them someone's dead. I'm terribly sorry. They didn't make it. We did everything we could. Well, you should still have a picture on the wall. But not a Kincaid. I hate Kincaid. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean, well, actually, yes, it does. It's my office and I don't want shit on my walls. People don't like me very much. Well, unless I'm saving lives. What can I say? It isn't my job to be likable. I settled for Thomas Moran. The Golden Hour. A tall butte wrapped in searing orange and yellow haze. Hangs and burns. Sometimes I catch myself staring at it, just lost in the glow. I think it's a cleansing fire. Who knew how to find me, Mother? Who knew where to call? Was it Sarah? Little Sarah. Never as strong as she wanted to be. Or George. George would know where to find me. George would have wanted you to find me. Well, I came ready for you. Determined. Armed with the options, the risks, the benefits. No, Frank. But I'm serious. Oh, you should go. That's not how it works. Who called you anyway? Who? So you didn't know. Oh, your skepticism is a curse, a stench. I can smell it on you. Oh, just leave now. But now I see you. It's a fantasy, Mother. I mean, there's optimism and fatalism and just plain stupidity. And this is stupidity. Well, yes, I'm calling you ignorant. And I'm calling this thing, this fixation, this cult that has you relying on idealism and on your own mental capacity to imagine away a physical ailment. Oh, I can tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you beyond a shadow of your appendix is going to rupture. Your infection is going to spread through your abdomen, through your intestine, just eating away until it becomes peritonitis. And then you're going to... I wanted to drag you into that car. Like George when he was 12, just kicking and screaming. He was scared to death, but I still did it. Even with all your warnings, I did it. I would be punished. But he had to see a doctor. Oh, not everyone gets to be saved, Frank. But he had to be saved. God, I would strap you onto that operating table and just firmly, unapologetically, with doctors and nurses all around, and I'd cut you open slowly, peeling back skin and flesh until that swollen mass, taut with its sickness, was dead within my grasp. And then I put you back, folding back skin over skin, like wet pages, until you were all clean and new. All hands, no illusion. To start the chapter where you started living, where you kept living. The verse where I was allowed to save you. Do you know how many people are alive because of me? Because of what I do? This isn't a mind game. It has nothing to do with miracles. No, I will not condone willful ignorance to believe in miracles. God, Mother, I can save you. I can cure you. But without you, I can't make you. I can't force you. I can't change it. You're going to die? You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. I mean, now I know. I've seen you dying. You're going to die. If I do, it has nothing to do with you. Maybe I picked it. Because if you stare long enough, you forget if it's the gates to heaven or hell. So now I must prepare for your death, you cruel woman. Or maybe I'm the cruel one. You're blind. I just gave up. Not everyone gets to be saved, Frank. What can I say?
End of play. Motherfuck the Motherfucking Turtles. Written and directed by Kirk White. Performed by Tess Ammerman.
So, the official word is fuck the turtles. That's what I led with on my date. They said fuck the turtles. I mean, the guy from the mayor's office actually said motherfuck the motherfucking turtles, but I had to clean it up a bit for a first date because I am all about the class. So that's what I told him, Cutie McCarty. I told Cutie McCarty. They said, fuck the turtles. And then he's all glassy-eyed. It's like, so what do you do again? And I realized either I haven't actually told him yet what it is I do, or I did tell him and he just didn't hear or didn't care, or some combination in varying degrees of them both. So I have to explain it. Like, think of a supply chain as a progressive series of milestones that a product, let's say a fancy new shiny thing that's all the rage, Xmas, goes along to get it from the factory. That makes it to the outgoing port, on a vessel, over the ocean blue, through another port, and customs clearance to a transload facility where it is added to other keen relish for your pleasure, picked up and driven along a highway to a distribution center, and ultimately shuttled to a retail establishment of your choice so that you may purchase it and finally be happy. Except I didn't say it like that, because of the day I had the fire, the explosion, the chemicals all over everything, the client asking, well, is it a total loss or is there something we can salvage? And I'm like, it's a total loss. And she's like, but is everything on fire? And I'm like, chemicals, Shelly. And she's like, ugh. And I'm saying, Shelly, they're toys. You sell toys that are now covered in flammable toxic chemicals, mostly on fire, in a Shanghai dock. So yes, we're talking a total loss here. Anyway, so I'm sitting in front of Cutie McHottie and he is looking at me and the goddamn turtle line didn't slay like it was supposed to. So there's all this silence. So what do you do again? Well, Cutie McHottie, and I did not call him that. You know how big, fat corporations maximize profits by exploiting poor countries and hiring desperate people to work for slave wages so you and I can buy cheap shit at big box stores? Well, I help those slaves get their shit from the factory onto a boat or plane in the most efficient way possible, deal with any bullshit from local governments, and then get them cleared through any bullshit from our government. And after it's all over, I rat out the slaves to their corporate overlords by telling how slow they were and how many pieces of their shit were not present and accounted for, so the corporation overlords can punish the slaves by charging back or refusing to pay them the full paltry amount originally promised. And for that, I get to grab a little piece of that money, passing by as it goes from corporate to slave. That is how mama eats. You know, and there was dead silence. And then he just kind of went, cool, cool. And did I read the room? No, nope. What I did was double down on the fucking turtles. But right now I say, my job is fucking turtles. I don't mean like these fucking turtles. No, I mean actually fucking turtles. I mean, not in the biblical sense. I'd had a couple martinis at this point. But you know, fucking the turtles over. See, there are all these shipping companies. They're always working to make their ships bigger, hold more and more and more and more DWT. That's dead weight tonnage. Product, more and more and more product, so the masses can swallow it whole and swallow it faster. So they are constantly building ships to hold more stuff. And it used to be, well, it can only go as big as what can go through the Panama Canal. And then they were like, fuck that, let's just make the Panama Canal bigger. But that shit takes time, and it is a hell of a lot faster to make a ship than, you know, displace the earth. So they ended up with these colossal supermax vessels that could hold up to 60,000 tons worth of shit. But the problem was they couldn't go anywhere. They were too big to get into most harbors, so that precious bullshit would just have to float around. And that's where I come in. See, they were already eyeing Savannah because it was immune to the traffic and weather issues of a place like Newark. And they had already totally kicked Charlottesville to the curb because they were about to go Union, and we can't have that. So that just left good old Georgia and the port of Savannah. And the only thing that kept us from getting all that business was the harbor was too shallow for these supermax ships. So I say, grab a shovel, bitches. And don't you know, at that moment, the hippies come out in droves yapping about the fucking turtles. The sea turtles are an endangered species. You can't dredge the harbor, you'll kill the turtles. But we're too far in. At this point, someone is going to get those contracts for the supermaxes. Someone is going to tear a hole in the ocean floor to accommodate, and I will be goddamned if some turtle is going to stop the great state of Georgia from getting that cabbage. And when you look at it in the grand scheme of the universe, can we for a sec look at it in the grand scheme of the universe? When all these factory workers in China decided that they might like some basic human rights, like wages and stuff. Oh, the right to collectively bargain. You remember that? Oh, a beautiful American corporation said, damn, Skippy, it's about time Chinese workers had a better standard of living. We support this movement. Oh, and by the way, on an unrelated side note, we're going to be moving most of our Chinese factory business to Vietnam. Oh, and we have heard the people in Ethiopia are just ripe for opportunities, and we would love to partner with those good people and give them a shot at opportunity, which is so much better than saying, oh, they're starving and we'll make textiles for pennies a day. Sign us up. But when you look at it like that, it is almost a sin to care more about the turtles than the Ethiopians. So I begin my work in earnest, and I think we can all agree that the motherfucking turtle speaks for itself. Am I right? So my real question to you is, how long before I can call him?
End of play. Now I'm going to invite all our actors back for bows.
Oh, hold on. We have to let John in.